whack. Okay, do you see the style of fight here where I've got this sword and I bring it around and I just whack, whack. You know, you can go ahead and pick up a weapon so I don't have to smash it. But if it's a samurai sword, there are subtle differences, okay? And the way I was taught to wield a samurai sword is that it's curved so that you can slice with it. So you have to know a thing or two about the props that you're using. So instead of a hacking motion, and why don't you go ahead and come a little bit over your shoulder? Instead of a hacking motion, you can block, it's fine. What you do with the samurai sword is you slash. And so here, you can see that even just with my movement, I've created a style of fight that's going to determine how this character moves. Right? All part of that design. All part about thinking about your story, your character, and what he's doing. Move it, good. And then you can get into cool stuff where he goes to block, and I come around. Good. Nice. Big like this, and you know, so sometimes what would happen is the guy I used to work for, Jackie Chan's choreographer, used to give me a weapon and go, Dan, go figure out what this is. All right. So you've got to play and figure out how you're going to fight with this. And it could be a long distance fight, which could be very interesting, right? So I'm creating something in here. And that means while somebody like that is wielding something like that, go ahead, sir. You might imagine a really big man. Look at, just by giving him this weapon, how it kind of feels heavy. And if he's to come down on me, and if I were to block it, the character what I have to do as a partnership in this choreography to make that sell, right? I can't just go like this. He comes down just like that. I can't just do this. Unless I want to make this character seem more powerful, right? Thank you. We talked about, and you're throwing them all over the place, right? Just lay down. And there's a guy on the ground, and you have to step over him while you're fighting. And you just kind of have to have an awareness of where this guy is while you're stepping, so you don't step on his face. See, I'm pretty comfortable just walking around this guy, just from getting used to stepping on guys. This takes an awareness. So when you're doing fight choreography, it means you're not just, sometimes when you're performing it in the middle of a scene, you're not just paying attention to the choreography, you've got to act, you've got to perform. Move fast, powerful, make it look like you're trying to hurt somebody and not kill the guy underneath you sometimes. Because sometimes in that choreography, you step on that guy, the choreography suffers, right? He's got to trust you too. Sometimes stunt guys will slowly, you'll see them go, oh shit, I'm in the wrong spot. And you'll slowly, if you watch in the frame, every once in a while when you get a reference, you see that guy slowly. Most of the time they try to hide their face anyway, and they know that, so they try to fall in a position. We'll try to fall into a position so that we're not going to get wanked right in the wrong spot. But that, what I just demonstrated, is an awareness of your environment. That's the other thing. Thank you very much. Give this man a hand, please. For us, depending on how close we are, we can't really see the detail. We can't actually get interesting detail where we can see him if we go over the shoulder here, Jose.
Got it.
Thank you, sir. We can't really see him really using his face and acting and using his body positioning, okay? And if we come over here, it's the same thing if you're on my face. So just really making it look like I'm trying to kill him. Come here, get over here! Okay. If I'm going too fast, then I'm worried about getting smacked. Okay, that's important. So we're not going to do today because I know that people are probably more familiar with their hands than their legs. Some of you are. We'll see if you get that. Okay, so let's do this. Two, remember, I'm sorry, that was my fault. One, you need to throw a punch really wide. Yeah, let's go on the side too. 1, 2. Okay, now remember that drill we did? Here's where that drill comes in. So here, we're going to do three attacks. We're going to do a punch to the body, which we've all practiced. 1, you're going to pull this hand in at the same time. 1, so that you can do a chop. But we're not going to do a chop to the neck. We're going to do a chop to the shoulder, right on top of the shoulder right here. Not even on top of the shoulder. It kind of goes to the chest pack. It's more like I'm pushing them away. But because it's fast, and if we get the angle around in here, it looks like a chop to the throat. Okay? It's a subtle difference. But right now, for safety, I just want you guys to touch.
Right.
So here, punch, lock, 1, 2, push. Okay, now remember in the first 1 and 2 panel, we talked about breaking it into 3 beats at a time, into the pieces. So let's take a look at how we do that here. This is a 1, 2.